I'm going to call this video Final Speed Channel Rebrand Bad. But, yes, I'm saying now this is my final word. But if something I think's important come up, I'm putting a maybe on it. Maybe not on the title, but in the description. Well, this morning, and it's about 8:30 Eastern Time, Sunday night. Of course, the Watkins Glen race is over. And innocently this morning, before race day came on, I was watching the Speed Center, what they call the NASCAR edition. Jeff Hammond was on there, as he is a lot of times, and said, "Oh, by the way, this is my last Speed Center." And I'm thinking, is Hammond leaving? Maybe he's leaving the Fox family of networks. Well, no. They just told on Speed Center about a half hour ago as it went off before the final wind tunnel came on, which we knew was going to be the final wind tunnel. I already detailed that in one of my vlogs. They tell this is the last Speed Center. Sam Hornish and James Hinchcliffe, both. I don't know a whole lot about Hinchcliffe because I don't watch a lot of Indy cars. I know he's in the GoDaddy car and he's won some races, and Sam Hornish might make it as a stock car driver yet, although I do think, seriously, he was putting Cup too quick. He's doing really well in the Nationwide Series. But where does it end? That's my question. Is there anything we can do? Look, I'm older than a lot of people that get on computers, okay? You think, does somebody that is much smarter with computers than I am, what about starting a Facebook page? Bring back Wind Tunnel, or maybe 2 pages. Bring back Speed Center. For that matter, on Wind Tunnel tonight, they talked about some of the shows that's gone by the side. And frankly, I regret I did not watch Wind Tunnel in its early days. I haven't watched it except for maybe the last 3 years. And I regret that now, because on Motor Week Illustrated, which they mentioned, as well as RPM tonight, as they mentioned something about, I think Robin Miller called them graveyard shows, and Dave Despain said no, Hall of Fame shows. I agree with Dave Despain, but it's sad. It's a sad day for race fans. Wind Tunnel, and maybe it was the Dan Weldon death. I watched Wind Tunnel, and I really changed my attitude on Dave Despain after the tragic death of Dan Weldon. I watched all kinds of coverage that night, just as I did the night Dale Earnhardt lost his life. But where does it end, people? I thought about calling for a boycott of all Fox Sports sponsors, but frankly, I got in trouble with that. I had an issue with a town and parking tickets, and I put up a vlog calling for a boycott of the businesses, and it wasn't fair to the businesses, so I took it down. But where does it end? I mean, right now we still got race day. We still got Victory Lane. I checked the highlights on the website. Yes, race day still showed. Victory Lane still showed. Although it looks like Victory Lane's going to go to 7 o'clock rather than right after the race. I don't really have a problem with that. I used to watch it at 8 o'clock every night, but hopefully Victory Lane will go back to an hour show, but I doubt it. But I noticed NASCAR Race Hub's on at 4:30, and is it going to go to a half-hour show and not be on 4 nights a week? Although that could be a little much, but I'd still like to see it maybe 2 nights a week, because we need Jimmy Spencer 2 nights. But if somebody knows some way we can protest this, put it in the comments. I'd like to see Speed Center and Wind Tunnel both back. Bring them back just as they are. Sam Hornish actually surprised me as far as TV. He was really good on Speed Center. Robin Miller, I don't always agree with, but he's got opinions, and I'm going to close this with just a little happier note. Happy 80th birthday, Rufus Parnelli Jones.